Welcome to Mission to Inspire, where we share life experiences in our careers, personal lives, society, culture, religion, finance, family, and much more. Meet your host, Shola Ajabadi, as she takes you on a ride to fuel your inspiration.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mission to Inspire. We've got our special guest with us today. His name is Richard Friesen. Hi, Richard. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, Shola. I'm just so delighted to be here. And your countenance, your smiling face is just inspiring in and of itself.
Thank you. So we're going to have to do this. We need to know you better. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I hope you answer them sincerely.
From my heart.
Okay, great. Okay, this should only take about 2 minutes of our time. So I'll just shoot. Wealth or money?
Wealth.
Why wealth?
Wealth in...
You preach about money all the time.
I know. Because that's what we think about. That's the introductory word. But if we think about our lives, I think of wealth in terms of family, in terms of financial freedom, personal freedom, and my connections with people, and my integrity and how that I can connect with others. So for me, that encompasses money, but it's a much larger concept.
Right. Thank you for that. Okay, now we understand. Experience or knowledge?
Boy, those are tied up. Because what happens is, as we have our experiences, we gain knowledge.
True.
And so we can have a choice, though. We can have an experience and go, oh no, I made a mistake. I didn't like that. Ooh, that hurt.
Yes.
Or we can say, wow, that experience was interesting. I learned that if I do this, I get this. I learned about other people. I learned about why and how I made a mistake.
Yes.
That was a valuable experience. So the experience can lead to knowledge, or the experience can lead to a retreat.
Okay. So what's your choice?
Oh, I'll go with experience that creates knowledge.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I think I'll do the same. I'll go with experience that creates knowledge. Okay, money or success?
Again, we'll look at money in a very narrow range, and success can be a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot of successful people that has nothing to do with money. For example, in our country, Martin Luther King, he really changed the world. What a success had nothing to do with money. There's other people that create huge financial empires and successes by delivering value to others. So again, I'll go with the success because it includes money, but it's a bigger and much better measurement.
That's true. Very true. I agree. I agree with you. Discover or explore? Do you like to discover things, or do you like to explore?
Oh man, these are such interesting contrasts because they're not clearly separated. So when I explore, I can say, ooh, I made a mistake. Ooh, that's new. Or, ooh, that's uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. Or we can say, I explore. What did I discover? I explored something new today, and I discovered this. So again, I will go with explore because it's the one best way to discover.
I totally agree. Last question, food or money?
It's food or money. Oh my gosh, do I love to eat. My wife is an excellent cook. And every day I sit down at dinner and I am so grateful. and I just enjoy the flavors, the smells, the tastes, and the experience of eating with somebody you love.
Tell me about
Oh my gosh. I'll go with food.
You go with food. I'll do the same. Thank you so much for answering those questions. And thank you so much for honoring our invite to come on our show. Thank you so much. So Richard Friesen is the founder of the Mind Measles Academy and author of the book, A Private Conversation with Money. He works with professionals and business leaders who want to increase their personal effectiveness. Rich, as he is simply called, has a mission. And his mission is to bring rapport to our values, meaning, and money. So, Richard, I don't know if I've done enough justice introducing you, but if you could just tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I think that the shorter the introductions, the better, because it really isn't about, the list of things you can talk about me. Mm-hmm. I'm an old man, so I've got a big list, but rather what we can communicate together and what value we can deliver. Yeah. So when we're talking about money, mm-hmm. we all have a lot of conflicts. When we grew up, did we grow up poor? Did we grow up wealthy? Did our parents say money is the root of all evil? Did money come and go in our family? Did we not honor money? Do we think that rich people are bastards? So we have all these internal beliefs about money. Then we go to school, mm-hmm. we go to high school, to college maybe, mm-hmm. and then we have our culture. At least in America, there's a huge divide and conflict between those who are more conservative and honor wealth and those who want more social justice and disparage wealthy people and think it's just not fair. So we have that conflict. And now we go into the world with those internal conflicts. And what do we do about getting rich or wealthy or getting financial safety for ourselves and our family? Well, those internal conflicts impact our mind and take and drain our energy.
Thank you for that short introduction about our today's topic, which is about overcoming limiting beliefs around money. And I know you have a book that is just around that as well. So, yes. So how do we actually identify limiting beliefs around money and what are the causes?
Well, I think you brought up something really important, is how do you identify? And that is part of our golden keys. And the first golden key is awareness. How do we identify our beliefs? Now, for my clients and those who are taking our courses or read the book, there's one way, and we have the golden keys. That's awareness first, acceptance next, and then agency. Now, what we want. So awareness is we have a number of assessments that you can see, what are my deepest beliefs about money? We also do something really fascinating, and that is we have a conversation with money. So if a client comes into the office, and you can do this at home with a friend, is you have 3 chairs. And one chair you put yourself, one chair facing it, you put money. And I have my clients bring in a representation of money. For example, one person brought in some gold bars. One person brought in a stack of $100 bills, a brokerage statement. So whatever represents money, you put it in the other chair. And then in the third chair, you have a wise observer. So I'll say to that person, okay, now there's money in that chair over there. What do you want to say to it? And some people will say, you leave me. I just get a little bit about you, and then you go away. Why don't you stay here? Why don't I get more of you? And they get very agitated. Some people will go, oh, money, I just love you. I just want more of you. What can we do? So, and some people will talk about, you're evil, you're bad, you tempt me. If I have more of you, you'll make me a bad person. But what we're doing now is just awareness. What our deepest beliefs about money? So then what's interesting, I'll have them sit in the chair and become money. And that's where a private conversation with money comes in. So money as you look at Jill across there, what is your experience? And money will go. And this person now is fully acting as if and being money. And they'll go, oh, I want to move back a little bit. Every time I get close to her, she just kind of grabs me. And so don't want to be around her. So what we do is this is just another part of Jill who's expressing itself as money. And then we go to the third wise observer and say, okay, observer, you've seen Jill and money talk to each other. What do you notice? And then what we get is something like, well, Jill, every time she gets close, she grabs, she's afraid she'll lose it. And we get some wisdom and then go back to her. So we have this conversation that brings up our deepest beliefs and feelings around money. And once we get that awareness without judgment, no shame, no blame, then we can say, okay, what would you prefer?
Okay. Wow. Interesting. How did you study that? I mean, I've never thought about a relationship with money that way.
Yeah.
But it is very true.
So if you look at your relationship with money, and if you gave money a voice, does anything come up for you?
Right. Wow. Interesting. So how can we actually break free from this limiting beliefs around money? You know, how can we break free from it, especially around money? Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the concepts that we use is that all the voices, all the parts of ourselves, the things that hold us back from breaking free, they were originally created with positive intent. Okay. So rather than breaking free from them, we want to listen to those voices. Right. For example, one voice might be, Shola, you know, if you get a lot of money, you're going to lose your friends and family. You're going to become a jerk. So that voice is there to keep us connected with others, for example. So rather than breaking free from it, what if we just understood its deepest intent for us and say, okay, now how do I both add value to others' lives, make money, and still stay connected to my friends and family? So now we have an issue that is solvable rather than just this fear that is there and is unspoken and maybe even subconscious.
Wow. That's very true. God help us. It's very true. I mean, this topic is something I've not actually thought about. I know there is money. We all desire to have money, but having a relationship with money is not something I've ever thought about. You know where I came from? There is this saying that says that you can actually, your relationship with money can either bring money closer or drive money away.
Right.
And I'm thinking, that cannot be possible. Money is for spending. If you work hard, you get the money anyway.
Yeah. So what we want to do is, how can we get money and financial freedom and rapport with our values? So what I do is I rename money to a certificate of appreciation. So Shola, let's say you do something for me, you provide value to me. What do? I give you a certificate of appreciation and say thank you.
Okay.
And you receive it and say, I've delivered Rich Friesen some value, and he's given me this certificate of appreciation, and vice versa. So our goal in the world, if we shift it from getting money to delivering values and value and receiving certificates of appreciation. So here's what's going to blow up the heads of most people listening. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The more certificates of appreciation you collect,
yes,
the more value you've delivered to the world.
Wow. Interesting.
Now, of course, there's con artists and cheaters and thieves and all that, but I'm talking about receiving certificates of appreciation from people who appreciate what you've done because of the value they've received.
Received. Okay.
So the question then is, how much value have you delivered to others? How can you increase the value you deliver? What skills do you need? What knowledge do you need? What behaviors would improve your ability to deliver value? Now, all of a sudden, we've shifted the whole problem from getting money to delivering value. And I think that that will make a world a better place. What if everybody woke up tomorrow morning and said, how can I deliver more value to my family, my employer, my employees, my clients? What can I do to deliver more value? What if everybody in the world woke up like that tomorrow? Oh my gosh, there would be no end of the value that we could receive and we could deliver.
True. That is very true. That is very true. Wow. Thank you.
I know that it's kind of stunning. And some people, it goes, oh my gosh. Oh, wow. I haven't thought of it that way. And it takes a while to incorporate that and because that changes our thinking about a lot of things. So it takes some time.
Right. Thank you. I would now begin to reason and think that way. So yes, what value?
Excellent.
I do deliver value, but what can I do more?
What can I deliver more value and receive more certificates of appreciation? My bank account says I'm delivering value. I wonder if I could deliver more value.
More value, yes.
And then I can take those certificates and I can appreciate others' value that they delivered to me and give them a certificate of appreciation. Oh my gosh, the world is a better place already because of you.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that insight. Thank you so much. So your book talked about preconceptions around courting money, wealth, and success. Can you please elaborate on that?
Sure. So we take a journalist, Joe, who disdains money, who thinks wealthy people are evil. He's a social justice warrior, and his life is going very poorly. He's got debts, he's got problems. And then he meets the character Money. And Money comes to him in the middle of the night, scares the crap out of him. And they start a series of conversations. That's hence a private conversation with Money. And Joe fights Money. He doesn't like what he thinks, but he struggles. But eventually they work through the issues. So Joe's deepest values are expressed as delivering value to other people. And once he reframes his struggle around social justice and equality of outcomes to delivering value, it frees him up, and it ends up, he starts a charter school in an inner city that delivers such value to kids who are underserved and in need. And all of a sudden, his values, deepest values, delivering value and making a difference in the world, all come together in rapport.
Wow.
So what he does is he works through all the money issues that all my clients have. So if you read the book, there's exercises in each chapter. There is ways that you can, with Joe, work with him and go along with him and the struggle and identify with him in a way that allows you to make those movements toward more rapport with money, meaning, and wealth.
Okay. So Joe, from understanding, is a character in your book? Is it?
Say again?
Joe.
Yeah, in the book. He's what?
I said, is Joe in the book a character?
Yeah, he's a character in the book, right?
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So if we read the book, we then walk with Joe.
That's right. You go hand in hand with Joe, talking to Money, challenging you all the way, exercises which bring awareness, acceptance, and increase your personal agency to determine, oh, what do I want now?
What do I want now? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So your book sounds very interesting. I haven't read it, but actually you've lured me into really not just wanting to read it now, but need to read it because I need to know my relationship. Need to know my relationship with money. So
excellent.
Where can we purchase your book?
The book is available almost everywhere, Amazon and other booksellers. It's available. I just completed the audio version, and I had some people read it, but I wanted to do it myself. So I read the book with all my enthusiasm. So if it sounds like there's an enthusiastic person reading it, it's me.
Oh, okay. So you did the audio yourself.
Yeah, the audio version I did myself. So I was very eager. Yeah. It was a lot of fun to do. Incredible amount of time editing and getting it right. But it's now available in audio format that people can listen to while they garden or drive.
Okay, that is excellent. Thank you very much for that. So how do we let go of our fears, guilt, and anxiety about money?
Yeah, that's such a good question. It's a hard question, but it's the right hard question. And so our golden keys are first to awareness. What are all the voices? What are the conflicts? What did we grow up with? What are the beliefs? What are the beliefs of our peer group? So you take all that bundle and say, okay, if I can be aware of it, not be judgmental, accept what I discover, then we've started down the path. But without that awareness, and we just have symptoms appear, or we just have reactions, or we just have a stress around money. Well, if we're not taking care of the drivers and we're not aware of them, then we continue to repeat behaviors that no longer serve us.
And we don't want to do that. Surely.
No, we want to step into something that feels so much better, honors our values, gets us to our goals, so that everything is aligned and we're moving forward together with all of our deepest values and voices, and able to take care of ourselves financially. The last thing in the world that I want is to be a financial drag on my family or my government or society. So by having a better relationship with money, we can be more independent, we can make better choices, we have more freedom, more opportunities, and we won't burden others with our financial needs.
True, true. Thank you so much for that advice. But lastly, any inspirational advice for our viewers? Any inspirational advice?
Sure. Imagine, if you will, how good it feels to have a wonderful relationship with money. Just right now, everyone can just picture money wherever, however you want it, and imagine it embracing you and you embracing it. Notice how good that feels. And my invitation and inspiration is to step into that mindset, that belief, and that just loving relationship with money. And if there's something that objects in your past, some voices, some parental voices or belief systems of your peer group, notice what those objections are. And once you're aware of them, then come back and step into that loving relationship with money, because it represents a certificate of appreciation.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Oh, Shola, this was a pleasure.
Advice, huh?
You know, I must say, just talking to you and looking at your glowing face inspires me. So you've just lifted me up for the rest of the day.
Yay.
Yay.
So I know you've already told us where we can purchase the book. But is there anything else you'd like to add?
Sure. If your listeners can go to conversations.money/inspire, there is a special offer, so you can get the online course and go through it with our main character, Joe, and you can increase your awareness, acceptance, and then be an agent that can decide and expand what you want.
Great. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on our show.
Oh, my pleasure. You take care and have a great rest of the night.
And you too. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone, and thank you for joining in. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today on Mission to Inspire. Subscribe if you have not already done so. Like, comment, leave a message. Let's stay connected. Let's jointly inspire the world.